What's going on, Juan? How's it going? You are first in the stream. Welcome. We're going to play some Rookie today. And Expert tonight. I'm excited about Expert. Yep, I am. This is a pretty fun tournament in the Expert for sure. All right, let's open up these chests real quick here and see what we got. And then we're not going to wait too long before we begin today on a lunch stream restriction, so I don't have a whole ton of time. Let's see what we get out of this Tour 4 chest. Some quarterbacks and some down in ones. A Titan ball, that's not bad. All right, so we're going to wait maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we'll start. Go ahead and see what we got here for hole number 1. Extra mile. I got the big dog in and the backbone. All right, that looks right. I'm going to go ahead and put in the sniper because we'll be using the sniper for our second shot here today. Probably the backbone, but if our drive doesn't go as far as I hope, then it will be the sniper. But we're going to play it to the right side here on hole number 1. We played it to the left side on our playthrough, so we're going to get some video of playing it to the right side. And I don't know, maybe the invitations didn't send out. I don't know. I only got you in here, Juan, so I guess it's going to be a 1-person stream here with you. But I do know people look for this information and content. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm sure some more people will roll in as we play. So here we go. We're using our Golf Clash notebook app for this. I just find that it's easier to use the Golf Clash notebook app just because, you know, when you play 4 accounts like I do, and they're all different accounts, it's like that's a lot of paperwork to carry around for win charts for each account. So it's just much easier to use the app and just pull up whatever account I need to use. So like, here, watch. Boom. I got my rookie account pulled up right now. So I would say either Quasar or Katana Ball. I mean, Quasar or Katana Ball or Titan. We're going to go to the right, so I'm going to use Titan. Full top spin. And we're going to use some right spin on this shot as well. Trying to keep this ball to up to the right side of the fairway. And we hit that one perfect. So this one should be pretty far up there. And hopefully we get far enough right where we have a view of the hole. Let's see here. Yep, that's about perfect. That's about right where we want to be. If you play it to the right side, you want to get far enough down, and we are about as good as you can be for going to the right. And from there, we should have a backbone. And we'll play that with a 10% downhill shot as well. And my opponent looks like he's going to the right side as well. He hit his perfect. And let's see if he got as far as I did. He's a little bit farther left than me. Yep, he's a lot farther left than me. As you see right there, that's the importance of trying to go, you know, to the right. So 2.4. We're going to play this one right about what happened to my backspin. Right about mid. Not a whole lot of time here. We hit it great. So when I made my adjustment, for some reason, it changed the backspin on my club. Not sure why that happened. But I had to go back in and reset my backspin. So we kind of ran out of time there for setting up that shot. But as you can see, it's a pretty decently wide open shot to the hole from that position on the fairway. If you wanted to use a Saturn, you could use a Saturn for that shot. But I kind of like the backbone just because of the accuracy that it gives you. If you took that shot from farther back into the wood and you had a Guardian, the Guardian might be a good play on that shot. So we'll hit this one in, we'll get the birdie, and we'll move on to hole number 2. And hole number 2, we're going to be playing the sniper rough bump here for this shot on this round. So we get the birdie on hole number 1. And on that drive on hole number 1, if you play it to the right side, you don't have to worry about any kind of an adjustment for the downhill because you're just really hitting it as far as you can hit it. So, you don't really have to worry about an adjustment. You can already know that the ball's going to land farther than where your aim spot is. The only time you really need to worry about, adjusting for your 20% downhill is if you are playing to the left side on that hole. And very nice shot from my opponent right there. Wow. Wow. Well, let's see if we can match that. 10% backbone. Let's see what we can do. That was a nice shot. That was a nice shot. Let's see if we can do this here. Something like that, maybe. And let's see, 3.9. So 2.8-ish. This is a tough shot to adjust or win for, too. Let's see what this one does. Gonna come in a little bit hot. Just a little bit hot right there. What's going on, Allison Somerville? Welcome to the stream. We got a sparse crowd today, but we're still going to play. Get this rookie content out there for you all. So that was a shootout. We just played hole 1. We played it to the right side. I played it to the left side on my walkthrough video, and so I played it to the right side this time, just so people can see both perspectives. So if you are wondering how to play it on one to the right side, you can go back and watch that. All right, so hole number 2. The first video we played the backbone shot where we kind of bounced it off the front part of the fairway. This time we're going to go for a rough bump with the sniper. And I think we're going to need to use, we'll go use a quasar ball for this hole. So power 1 ball, we'll play 25% downhill, and we're going to be using the sniper 4 is what I have, I believe. Nope, I got a sniper 5, so I need to change that on my notebook app here. 5, and that's what we're using. All right. So as quick as that, you see it changes back in the app, so it's very, very convenient. And here we go, hole number 2. I don't know what it is about these lunch streams, but sometimes it just doesn't send out notifications to people. I don't know why that happens, just it happens sometimes. Not sure why that happens. Maybe because I had it on unlisted? I don't know. I had the setting wrong. All right. So here we go. Let's see what we can do here. 4.0. Let's try that right there. So 4.0 is, I'm not sure even what. 4.3, we're going to play 4.3. Hopefully it doesn't bite us. Not a bad shot right there. You know, we played a mid adjustment there. I should have measured out the shot and seen where I was at, but we played a mid adjustment there. I think that was the correct adjustment to play on that shot. But it looks like, you know, we could use a little bit of topspin on that shot. So if you're going to play it, I would definitely recommend maybe going with a little bit of topspin on that shot. Not a whole lot, but just enough to give it a little bit more energy, you know, out of that rough. 4:15 a.m. Wow. You must live like in Australia or something, or on the other side of the world, because I know it's only a 6-hour difference to Europe from here. So right now it's dinner time in Europe. So you must live like in Australia or something, because that would, or somewhere over that way. Dang. 4:15. So either you're really late to bed or you're really early, up early. All right. I'm a pretty good guess right there. We've got a lot of people that play this game that live in Australia. So usually when I see a time like that, my first instinct is just to guess Australia. Up early, okay. What's going on, Yanush? Appreciate it, sir. Yeah, I'm sorry, I messed up when I went live. I did not have my my privacy on public. It was on unlisted, so it didn't send out any notifications, I don't think. So anybody that does find this stream is just gonna find it by, you know, glancing at their YouTube, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. We normally have like 50 or 60 people in here for a stream. I'm gonna try this at 1.5 topspin. And it's a 10%. So 3.1 mid. Kind of just guessing at that adjustment right there. But it should be close. It's a shootout, so it's not really like life or death or anything. Yeah, that's pretty close. Not too bad of an adjustment right there for just a shootout. But we'll probably play that 1.5 topspin for the hole when we do play it on 4, which will be not the next hole, but the hole after. We will play hole 4 with the Quasar, though, and we also do have a headwind. So with a headwind, we'll probably go with 2 bars of topspin. The reason why we went with 1.5 topspin there was because of it was a tailwind, so we didn't quite need as much topspin. What's going on, Mr. Eagle, and what's going on, Christian? Terry Gibson, how's it going? Yeah, y'all messed up. I went live, but I didn't have my privacy setting correct. It was unlisted and not public, so you probably didn't get any kind of notification, so that is definitely my fault, but yeah. But welcome, Terry. We got a small, intimate crowd today, so it makes it easier to see the chat and answer questions. So if y'all have any questions, definitely feel free to post them in the chat. We played hole 1 to the right side, so if you aren't sure about that, then go and rewatch it if you want to know how to play it to the right side. It leaves you a nice second shot with the backbone to the hole. Yeah, honey, that was my fault. I didn't have the privacy settings correct, so it went live under unlisted. So that was my fault. No notifications got sent out. All right, so hole 3 is the par 4. I mean, no, not par 4, par 5. And you can play it with the big topper, or you can play it with the extra mile. I think we're going to play ours with the extra mile. I think we played it with the big topper in the walkthrough. So we're going to play it with the extra mile here. Got the backbone in. And actually, no, we want the Saturn in for this shot. And we don't have a Guardian, so we'll just stick with the Sniper. Hopefully, we get far enough downrange where we don't need, a Guardian or a wood. So yeah, we're going to go with the extra mile for this shot. And we're actually going to go with a Titan ball. You can play this shot with the big topper, is the way I played it in the playthrough. But I'm going to play it with the extra mile in this one. Qualified in pro with a -12. That's not bad. Pro is tougher than experts. You're not going to see as good of a score in the pro as you're going to see in expert. So keep that in mind. Appreciate it, Terry. So with the tailwind here, you can play it either way. You can play it how I'm going to play it with the extra mile, or you can play it with your big topper and bounce straight over with full topspin. You would like to get a little bit farther than that, though. So hopefully my choice to bring the extra mile is okay. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of room. So full topspin, we're going to use 3 bars of right spin. We do have a right to left sloping fairway, so that extra right spin is okay. I would like to stay as close to this right side as I can of the fairway. So something like that. And I hit it great left, so that extra right spin is definitely going to come in handy here. And let's see where we end up. Right down there near that shadow, and that's a perfect spot to be. So 362. Let me mark down 362. It's sometimes good to mark down the distances of your drives because then you will know where that puts you as far as what club you will be using. Maybe not on this hole, but on other really long holes, sometimes a drive distance is going to be, if you get so far, you'll use a wood, but if you get farther, you'll use an iron. So it's good to know what club you're fixing to have to use on your next shot. And that's a good reason why you may write down the distance of the drive and then down, right next to it, W or LR, LI, for wood or long iron, so that you'll know before you take the shot. That way you can have things set up and figured out. So we should have the Saturn here. Let's see. Nope, just not long enough for the Saturn. Let's see what 3.6 takes us. 1.8. Okay. No. So we would have to overpower it a little bit, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the overpower play on this shot. So this is a very So that's 1.8 right there. So I need to go a little bit over power. Just a little bit over power. So there's regular, and there's a little bit over power. We do hit it perfect, so this is going to be close. Oh, we almost got it. So to, kind of go back and review what just happened, I was definitely in between clubs, and a wood club would have put me on the green with a really difficult shot. So I put in my wind, and I knew I had to go I was going to go 1.8 extra rings with the wind at my back. So what I did was I moved my ball guide into the overpower, and I glanced back, and once I saw my guide get 1.8 rings into that red, that's where I knew where my ball was going to land. And then from there, I just moved it ever so slightly forward a little bit more to know how much overpower I needed to use. So I know I didn't need to use a whole lot of overpower. And at that point, it's really more along the lines of you just kind of judging your shot, and hopefully you guessed correctly. I actually used a tad more overpower than I needed, but we were still pretty close on line with that shot. That's definitely more of an advanced wind guide usage type of information piece right there. But definitely something for y'all to kind of store in the back of your head. And remember, if you ever get into a situation like that, you can use the wind to your advantage if you ever find yourself in that position. So we didn't make the shot, but still, I think that's very valuable information for not now, but maybe in the future for that kind of stuff. All right, so we got hole 4 next, so par 3. And we're playing with the Quasar and the Backbone. Yes, Johnny, the back of that green does run back to the pin. But if I would have extended into my wood, which I didn't, if I had extended into my wood, my minimum wood distance would have probably been about pin high. And I don't know that I had enough backspin on that wood to be able to stop that ball on the back of the green and use that hill. So, that was the reason why I instead elected to use the slight overpower with my Saturn, which I knew with the backspin, I would have had enough. I could have gone more backspin, more overpower, and just, hit that ball to the green and use the backspin and the slope to bring it back to the hole. But I went a little bit more aggressively at it, trying to get the albatross. So yeah, there is slope on the back of that green, but if you're landing your wood too far into the green and you don't have a whole lot of backspin, the slope's not going to matter because your ball is most likely going to pop over that slope and either onto the fringe of the back of the green or into the rough. All right, so Quasar and Backbone. You got to make sure that you do go and switch your clubs on these holes because we do switch around quite a bit. So make sure you are being diligent in switching out clubs. Now we're playing this shot right here with 2 top and 5 right because we will be having a headwind on this shot. In the shootout earlier, we had a tailwind, so we took a little bit of that top spin away. But, we have a headwind on this shot. What's going on, Ashley Bowes? Yeah, there's not a whole lot of people watching today because I messed up when I went live, so that was my fault. Usually we have a lot larger of a crowd in here, but still, the content will be out there for people to go back and rewatch if they want to watch it, and that's all that matters to me. That's the only reason I play the rookie, is to put out content for people. Christian, that is Golf Clash Notebook app. It's available for Android devices. If you have an iOS device, you got to use the Golf Clash Caddy. So if you have an Android, you can use this Golf Clash Notebook here. But if you don't, then you got to use Golf Clash Caddy. And it's a great tool to use. I use it for convenience reasons. I could print up a bunch of wind charts and just look at them, glance at them, and find my numbers there. But this this allows me not have to carry around 4 or 5 sets of wind charts with me at all times, which is nice. No, Geek, that was my fault. I went live with the stream on unlisted, not public, so I had to fix it. Look at that. Boomer is in the house. Says, just for being a good guy, send me $26. Thank you, Boomer. Y'all give Boomer some love in the chat, please. Appreciate it, my friend. Hopefully you're having a good day and you had a good day at work. All right, so for this shot right here, 10%. Quasar 5.1 with a 10% adjustment added. We're going to play this one at 2 top, full right with the Quasar. And we put the red ring just inside the rough, okay? Just inside the rough. And we'll play that shot right there. We're going to play this one at medium distance, which will be 3.1 rings. I think that was somewhat close. And we do hit it great to the right. So this ball is probably going to come in great to the right of the hole. But as you see, we had pretty much the perfect speed on that shot. And a perfect shot would either probably been in the hole or just barely missing. So that is definitely the way to play that shot. Make sure you play that mid adjustment. That's important. And then I also like the red ring. So just ever so slightly be, cutting that rough line. Yeah, so, back to the previous hole, for your second shot, if you're worried about not carrying, far enough down that fairway, and you do have a club like the Guardian as a wood, that would definitely be another option to do, is bring that wood just in case you don't know that your long iron will be enough. So if you bring that Guardian, then you can use that backspin of the Guardian and stop it very easily. And, like was said, you can use the back slope of the green. All right, so this hole again is 25% downhill. And it's played at almost min for me. So full right, we're going with 1 top this time. And we're going to play this with a little bit of, we're actually going to play this with a little bit of curl. And we hit it perfect, so let's see what this does. Looks like it's a good line. Good try right there. So if you were here when I played it on 2, we didn't use curl. We put a little bit of curl on it this time, and we got a whole lot closer. So I definitely say that's a really good chance of getting the ace. If you have a sniper, I would say use it and play that rough bunt. Make sure you're adjusting a plus 25%, though, for your downhill elevation change. And full right spin, I went with 1 bar of topspin. You could probably back off on that to about a half a bar topspin. But you do want to make sure you add curl on that shot. What's up, Vince? Yeah, Vince, that was my fault. I had the privacy set on unlisted, and it wasn't set on public, so no notifications got sent out. So, yeah, my bad. All right, let me check up here on the chat, see what we got here, if I missed anything. Mr. Dittohead says, why does Notebook have the ball power as an entry? Does the power of the ball affect the wind adjustment? Yes, Mr. Ditto, it does affect the wind adjustment because different balls have different power numbers to them. So let's go ahead and look at those balls real quick, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's just take, for instance, the Navigator ball has a wind resistance of 2. You see if I click on that, it says decreases the effects of the wind by 25%. So it will automatically decrease the wind if you use that ball. So the reason why you have to select the ball is because like the navigator is a wind resistance 2. All right, now let's go look at the quasar ball. The quasar ball is only wind resistance 1. So yes, the wind will be affected by what ball you use. So it is important to you enter the ball into the Golf Clash notebook so that it does change your wind speed. So let's go here, 0 elevation. You got to make sure that you have the correct, ball adjusted here. And my bad, it's not actually the wind resistance. That is incorrect. The number that affects the change is the power of the ball. Okay, so power 1 ball, as you see, if I move up to a power 2 ball, watch the max, mid, and min numbers. They move. Power 3 ball, it moves. So it's not actually the wind resistance. That was my fault. I misspoke there. It's actually the power of the ball that changes your wind, because a certain ball will allow you to hit the ball farther. So okay, let's go back here. Look at the navigator. It's a power 1 ball that allows your shots to be hit 3% farther. If we look at the power 2 ball, like the katana, 5% farther. If we look at the Titan, 7% farther. So yeah, that right there. That stat is what is changing the numbers on the notebook app, not the wind resistance. That was my fault. J-Bone, this is the first tournament. I got all four accounts qualified on the first day. Awesome. So when you get all 4 accounts qualified on the first day, that means you have 2 days to just kind of chill out and watch some Golf Clash. All right, so let's move on here. We got hole number 5 is next. Hole number 5. Titan ball, extra mile. Now this may be a hole if you have some power 4 balls and you don't mind using them in the rookie. This may be a good hole to use a power 4 ball on. I'm not going to, but if you have one and you don't mind using a couple, this may be a good hole to use that power 4 ball on. You definitely want to have the thorn in the bag for this hole. We're going with the extra mile. And we're going to try to overpower it and get down to the second level. What's going on, Mo? What's up, buddy? Scott can't play his baby account because he doesn't want to promote it. That's funny. Probably somewhere around -12, -13, Christian, I would say. That would be my guess. If we get a couple drops, then we may be able to push that up. But you're not going to see as good of scores in rookie and pro as you're going to see in the expert. When you throw in high winds, good balls, and good clubs, you have a lot more chances to hit shots. So full top. We're going to go with 3 left. We want to hit right about up in there. Okay. So we're going to aim it right about there because the ball is going to be pushed to the left. I am going to use some right curl though. And we did hit it great to the left. So hopefully we don't clip the rough. Nope, we clipped the rough. So we missed that one by not too much. I think that was a double great left to the left. So if you hit that one perfect or just like barely great left or barely great right, I think you'll be okay as long as you use that curl. If you don't hit that curl, we would have been in a lot more trouble than we are now. So we're just going to have a thorn shot down to the hole now, which is not bad. Most people will be taking this shot with the thorn from this upper level. So if you don't get down to the next level, you do want to make sure you play this next shot at a plus 30% adjustment. and it's a difficult shot. There's really not a whole lot of adjusting that you can do as far as wind goes because of how far up it is. Let's see. Nope, I guess we'll be using the our backbone, unfortunately. That's kind of stinks. We don't have the we don't have quite the stopping ability with the backbone. So this is going to be a 2.1 adjustment. So we're just going to play it like right there. Really just kind of have to like eyeball this shot. And we're going to play this with curl. And see if we can get this shot a little bit closer to the hole. Okay, it wasn't too bad of a line there actually. Hopefully for you all, you'll have use of the thorn. And you'll be able to, aim that shot a little bit closer up to the edge of the green and use a little bit more of that backspin to your advantage. For me there, as you can see, I had my shot adjusted as much backspin and right spin as possible, and I was still quite far away leftward of the hole. In order to bring that ball in a line towards the hole, I used that right curl, and as you see, it was actually the correct amount of curl, but actually a little bit too much backspin. So if I had lessened up a little bit on that backspin, we would have got a much nicer roll to the hole and had a chance to maybe roll it in. So yes, that's also an option, Scott, is dunking it. It's tough. It's going to be very tough to dunk that shot, though, because you cannot zoom in on that shot to really get that ball dead center of the cup for that dunk attempt. So I have seen people dunk that shot, but I don't think it's a very consistent way to play the hole. But if you do have enough backspin and you are comfortable with trying the dunk, then it's definitely, you might as well try it. Johnny says, is it better to use right spin instead of left spin on this one? I've seen players go down the hill easier with right spin. Johnny, it's just, it will work either way. It all comes down to actually hitting that drive and just hitting the, the fairway. If you get barely over the edge of that hill, it doesn't matter what spin you have on the ball. It's going to roll down to the fairway, I think. This is a tough shot right here. Really tough shot. We're just going to kind of eyeball this one and try to get it close. We'll get a little bit more in detail when we actually play the hole and the shot coming up here soon. For this, though, we're just going to try to get up there. But it's a difficult shot for sure in the rookie, because you don't have much of a ball guide. When you're playing it in the pro and in the expert, you got ball guide. In the rookie, you don't have much ball guide, so you kind of just have to go off, what you think it's going to do. That's okay, Aaron. You can build up that account a little bit more, and then you'll be ready for the next tournament for sure. Oh, very nice, Johnny. Got the eagle on that, I see. Oh, 5 days until you get paid and you can do your gems. Well, then after doing that, you definitely going to be ready. Well, dang, Boomer, that was not very nice of them. They deleted your money 5 days this month. Is that, I mean, is there a reason why they did that, or is it just, was it a mistake or what? What's going on, Gordon? Yep, you can play the Guardian to the left. If you're in rookie and you have the Guardian, playing to the left is definitely an option. All right, let me go back here and check my bag here before I just jump into the hole. All right, hole 6 is Titan extra mile, and I think we're going to play a sniper. Yeah, we're going to play a sniper for this shot. Hopefully we get our drive far enough down the fairway where we have a chance with the sniper. The Viper just doesn't have enough topspin for the rough bump, so that's why we're not bringing the Viper. You could bring the Horizon, though. That has enough topspin. You could bring the Big Dog as well. It has enough topspin. But we're going to try it with the sniper and see if we can get far enough down the fairway and have a chance with our sniper. All right, so it is 20% downhill here. Power 3, 3.9. Full topspin. And we really just want to get down that fairway. You do want to stay away from the left side of the second fairway, because it does slope downhill if you get to the left side of the fairway, the second fairway. And I don't know if you could see it, but when we went by it does slope downhill and it will roll off into the rough. So definitely pay that attention when you're playing this shot. You want to make sure to play this to the center right side of the second fairway. So if you put a little bit of right spin on your ball on that drive, I would definitely recommend that as the way to set up that shot. Full top, a little bit of right spin, just to try to keep that ball away from the left side of that fairway. Oh, okay, Boomer. Well, that's good to know. At least it's not gone. At least you're going to get it, so that's good. That's what I was concerned about. It didn't seem right. All right, so the second shot here is 10% downhill. And we'll see if we have enough club to do it. I think we're going to. Yeah, I think we're going to have enough club. Oh, yeah. So that's max. We're going to play this shot just about right there. So we're going to play a 4-ring adjustment on this shot. We hit it perfect, so this one should be close. A little bit too hot, maybe? Oh, just a little bit to the right. So now, pretty good distance, just a little bit to the right. So, felt like that 4 rings a little bit over adjusted. Let's see. Yeah. It played more like min, actually. I don't know. Sometimes when you play the rough bump, you don't get a good bump out of the rough. Sometimes it'll play true, sometimes it won't. And I think that time we just didn't get a true bump out of that rough, because I think 10% is the correct play there. And it was definitely not a min adjustment. It was definitely more around mid, if not in between mid and max. So I think we played the right adjustment. We just didn't get a good bump. What's going on, Ken Wu? How's it going? Welcome to the stream today. Yeah, Sniper 4 will be fine. Definitely. this hole again. Is that how we want to play this? Play at 1.5 down this time. We'll see how this works. We are just eyeballing these shots for a shootout. Nothing official. Pretty much about the same result as last time. And we did go with a little bit more backspin there, so we just got to crank up the backspin a little bit more on that shot. Good luck with that, Boomer. They would have people in debt up to their eyeballs if they allowed that to happen, because you know everybody would be like buying balls on credit from them. Then they'd have to send collection agents over here to the United States to collect. But yeah, it's definitely frustrating when you know you're supposed to be getting money and you get told, no, you can't have it right now. You got to wait a little bit, especially when you have something you want to spend it on. I definitely understand your frustration, Boomer. All right, so through 6, we're going to play hole 7 next, which is the hole we just played. So we're going to play this one with the backbone and a quasar ball. All right. Plus 10%. And we have a right to left kind of tailish wind, I think, on this shot. Christian suggests going to the left, using max backspin and right curl. I'm going to try that right there. As you can see, it's very tough to adjust for these winds. Let's see what that does. We might have a chance here. Get in the hole. Nope. Bang. Little bit short on that shot. And that could be a number of things. It could be the landing location with not, a very accurate adjustment. But that was a very close shot right there. I'll have to go back and look at it and see what we can, adjust. We just need a little bit extra, just a little bit extra power for that shot right there. Because we did get the hill. And if you can find that groove, you can get the ace. So that was definitely not a bad attempt right there at it. What's up, Ian? How's it going? A little bit congested here today. Sorry for the kind of the stuffiness. I've been fighting some sort of a head cold here over the last week or so. I'm sure you can tell by my voice. Oh, we still get the birdie. 15% off iTunes gift cards. Oh, nice. That's pretty nice. There's usually not any kind of deals where you get percentages off an iTunes gift card that I ever see. So that's pretty cool. If you ever get this hole again in a straw, try left with the setup. Place the sniper just on the green after the sand on the left and curl right with max backspin. All right, Christian, we can try that. Yeah. It's the time of year around here where it gets hot and cold and hot and cold. The weather's really not sure what it's doing, so it's a perfect recipe for effing people up. It's a pretty aggressive line right there. Pretty aggressive line. We might end up burning ourselves right here, so just be prepared, because that's a very aggressive line. It almost paid off. It almost paid off. I was trying to make that shot without having to use curl, and basically the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you go with a very ultra aggressive line, which I don't know that I'd even suggest doing, because if you're even the smallest amount off on the shot and you don't hit a perfect, it's going to hit the fairway and bounce into that back bunker. So I would probably stick to the way I played it before, when I used the right curl and added and aimed a little bit farther into the rough. But that's always there, just so you all see it. We almost got the ace with that line. That would have been nice. All right, so we got hole 8 is up next, and we're going to play this one with the big topper. I'm sure everybody has seen this hole played. If you want to get down to the second level, the big topper is probably your best bet in the rookie. Now, you could probably also use a horizon. If you have a horizon, it's got a lot of topspin. And if you use the horizon, you would play the horizon more at like a max distance shot. The big topper is going to be more of a min distance shot, and I'm going to use the big topper. Both of those clubs have crappy accuracy, so it really doesn't matter. So we're just going to go with the big topper. And as far as a ball goes, we'll just use the Marlin ball. There's really no reason to use anything special. Just checking over my notes here real quick to make sure I got stuff in that I want. All right, so we're ready to go. Hole 8. That's right, Boomer. That thing must have hit a grasshopper, because that thing was online, and then it just moved a little bit at the last second. All right, so Johnny says this is the most frustrating of the tournament. Not sure if you were talking about that par 3 or this hole right here. Full top spin and a little bit of left spin. Okay, and basically we're aiming it just like this. So let's see, actually, we've got a little bit more wind than I'm hoping for. So we're actually going to have to curl this shot. To bounce it through. I had not had that happen to me where I was going to be unable to adjust it properly. I even went down to a power zero ball with the basic ball and didn't have what it was needed to make the adjustment. So at that point right there, I knew I had to use curl to get it down through that tree. And actually, honestly, ended up better than any other shot I've ever taken in the rookie on this hole. So we may have discovered something right there. Using that curl may actually help the shot. Using that amount of curl. So I don't know. I've only seen that one time, so I definitely wanted to try it again to make sure that that is a repeatable shot. But if it is, that's getting down there pretty close to the green, so that would be pretty cool. And as you see right here, we have a very short chip now. I mean, we do have a basic ball, but I mean, a very short chip. Shouldn't be affected much by the wind. We're just going to play that just left of the pin. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. So I would definitely go back and watch how I played that hole and try to replicate that. The reason why I had to do that is because I could not adjust my ball back, to adjust for the wind on that shot. So, because of that, I had to, too much speed. I had to adjust my shot farther to the right, because if I hadn't, I would have landed in the sand. And to, compensate for adjusting farther to the right, I used left curl, So definitely an interesting turn of events right there, but hopefully maybe we've stumbled onto something for this hole. I would definitely not go with the basic ball. If you're going to play that shot with that left curl, you can go with a marlin ball or a quasar ball and use that spin as well. But what it does is it creates a much nicer hop, and it basically takes that rough on that hill out of play. Because as you saw, my shot landed fairly down below near the edge of that rough line, and it gave it a much nicer bounce out of that rough. So that was awesome. All right. Yeah, Ian, that shot works in the pro as well. Big topper 4 definitely would work. You don't have to use anything spectacular ball wise. Let me look. I'll look at my pro notes here real quick for you. Quasar will work. Titan will work. For pro, what you would do is you'll aim the orange ring right there near the edge of the bunker, and then you adjust for medium. So if you're going to play it in pro, that's how you would play it. All right, last hole is hole number 9. So let's go ahead and play that because I'm pretty much out of time here on my lunch break. So let me go ahead and play this hole and get this wrapped up. Extra mile. Titan. Now, we are going to play this shot to the right this time. I think I played it to the left last time. We're going to play this shot to the right this time. And I'm going to be bringing my big dog. You can play this shot with a guardian if you have a guardian. You can play this with the horizon. What you need is you need topspin and you need distance. So that is the reason why we play with those woods. And we're going to play it with a Titan ball. We want that extra distance for the second shot. It's all about the second shot. Okay? And we're going to be playing a rough bump to the right side. So this is going to be 10% downhill for this first shot. And then for the second shot, it's actually going to be -5 because it's an uphill shot for the second shot. So -5 adjustment for the second shot. Thank you, Mr. Hess. How's it going? All right, so 3.8 wind. We're taking our shot right up to here. Put the edge of the yellow kind of right there. full top and right. So we're just bouncing right out of the, we're bouncing just right out of there, okay? See where that line is right there? That's how we're going to bounce. So 3.8 is 1.7 adjustment. We have our 10% already factored in. And this should be great proofed. So even if we were to hit great left or great right, this shot should be okay. And don't be scared of that full topspin. I've had people tell me, I was not sure that topspin would be okay, and they use backspin, and they got stuck in the rough. So it's very important that you use that topspin on that shot. If you don't want to go as aggressively as I did, which I still think is okay, if you make the shot, your shot's not going to go in the rough, but you can back off at about 1 bar topspin if you want. But it's very important to have as much distance on that shot as you can. And when I say distance, I mean as close to the edge of that rough line as you can, because that second shot, you need that extra distance. So if you want to play to the left, I would suggest playing to the left with the big topper with full topspin. And for your second shot, you're going to need your big dog, most likely, for the second shot. I think playing to the right in rookie is probably the easier way to get the eagle on this hole. But, because something like that can happen. That guy is a long way from home right now. He is a very long way from home. He is praying that I get an eagle. All right, so switching out to the big dog. Remember I said this is an uphill, 5% uphill, 3.4. And as you see, we got plenty of room. Remember, there's a big old backstop at the back of the screen. So y'all remember that. We're going to try to just line up our shot here with the hole as good as we can. I wouldn't use more than 2 bars of topspin on this shot either. All right, so 3.4. So we're going to adjust this one about 1.5 back. We hit it great to the right, so we're still going to be okay. And as you're going to see this ball go up the hill and turn, about face, and go right back to the hole, maybe go in the hole. Ooh, we about got it. So, definitely very good albatross chances on that hole. In fact, seeing that shot right there, I would probably not go with any topspin on that shot. If you get to the same location on your drive as I did and played the big dog, I would probably not go with any topspin on that shot. You still have enough distance to get to the hole, and you might give yourself a little bit better of a roll to possibly get that albatross. Now, if you want to use that back hill and maybe try to get it that way, then you may go with a little bit more topspin just to try to get that roll back into the hole. So 2 different ways you can play that second shot from the right side. All right, y'all. Well, thank you very much. We got 34 people in the room right now, which for a stream that had no notifications sent out, which was my fault again. If you're in here and you didn't get a notification, I messed up. When I went live, I had privacy set to unlisted, not public, so no notifications got sent out. So that was definitely my fault. But pretty decent crowd for a no notification stream. Very happy. We got this rookie content out here. Hopefully y'all can use it and help increase your scores. I would love to see some people posted on the 19th hole when they get their gold medal this weekend. That would be awesome. And if y'all want to watch some expert, maybe you want to see what you have to look forward to in the expert, definitely check me out tonight about 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 Eastern. And I'm going to play my my expert round tonight. So thank you all very much for hanging out with me on my lunch stream. Thank you very much to Boomer for that very generous donation he made. And hopefully y'all have a good rest of your day or night, depending on where you live. Y'all take care. Have a good one. God bless.